There is a place where darkness reigns. We've got the power to fight back.
Hey y'all, my name is Legit. Okay, so my name is Legina Gold and welcome to my channel. And yes, I brought back to Ashes Smoke. Well, not really Ashes Smoke, but sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But okay, and I just on this video specifically, I want to talk about The Matrix and what I think like the meaning behind that, the movies, the franchise, and how it affect the reality of this Matrix. So, so I feel like with the Matrix, I just watched Matrix 4 because of featuring starring Keanu Reeves and how he was the main protagonist and during the whole seasons, franchise. So, it came back after like a decade, I believe, since the first one. And then I should have watched the other Matrix just to remember what was on it. Because I remember a little bit more was Matrix 2, which was, yeah, I like the Matrix 2. It was the best one, I feel like, in my opinion. Or it gave me the most reaction, I feel like, as far as like having, because I didn't like that one part when he kissed the other girl. I'm like, in front of your wife. I remember that one. So that was like, dang. And you got a husband. What's wrong with you? So I'm like, I don't know. But so that's was season 2. I mean, movie 2. I remember movie 1 because I liked the Trinity. I feel like I was always team Trinity, and she was the best, one of the best females, like super hero, but not really a hero, but more like a super woman type that could fight. Like Laura Croft from Tomb Raiders, or it's like a few like Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow or Lucy. Like I like fighting woman, or Kate Beckinsale for her Underground. I mean not Underground, Underworld actually, Underworlds. How they were just a badass females. It was like you didn't really see that, and then for my generation, like growing up in early 2000, like as a kid, that's what I was seeing. And then you always see everybody else, like, or even in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, like that's those type of movie. It brought out like the thrill and the classic, and with that, I felt familiar. Like you can kind of tell it's like a seasoned director in a way, or if he do not, he just know his craft very well. And I was very confused watching the other ones. I'm doing generate confused. Now watching number 4. I'm like, I don't know what they talking about. The Sentinels, or spoiler alerts, but Sentinels and what else? I'm like, yeah, I don't know what this is about. I just know they almost died, and Neo got blind and stuff. So, and I think he could see again. I know he was seen for sure in the newer one. And I like these particular actors. I like the fact that they pick roles and not just to do any type of roles. If for him specifically, I'll say he picked roles that you can kind of get a message in. If you ever watch Constantine, I should actually bring up Constantine too on this one, or John Wick, because John Wick 4 is supposed to be coming out next year for 2023, the whatever year, because it doesn't really exist anyway, and we might be in the wrong time of it, which falls in line with Matrix, because Matrix is just saying that it's had these people and living a life, like an everyday life that we all go through, and then one day, how did it go? For number one day he felt like like when we live life, we just feel like you constantly repeating. It's like, dang, we do the same shit all the time. Like that's how it was, and that's how it was. So you want to change it. And if you know quantum science, then you know their theory is that the particles don't is made of an empty space. So really nobody exists. It means nobody actually exists. We're just here. But technically, if you look inside, you don't see anything in there. Oh my God. So but it just means like a consciousness of reality is only moving, or we have, it's a theory that it is, we are from like a vibrational or some kind of light spectrum. It's different many theories within quantum physics, I feel like, because it could be any and everything. It's energy that's transformed, and also mass that's transforming. And no matter what it is, whether it remains to be liquid, solid, or air, is still a form of gas. It's an energy. No matter if you don't see it anymore, it's an energy now. No matter if it has a form of mass or you can feel the mass, it's a give and take. It doesn't really stay in one. So let's say if our body, even though we say it's more percentage of water in our body, but we can also go to gas forms too, or we can also throw out gas, liquid, or stools, which is solid in a way, or liquid, what we drink, our intake and matches our outtake, or gas when we pass gas or blow, and it's like when we cry or we spit, it's the same thing, or when we throw it, it's more of the same, different type of our the way our body, because the thing is our body also changed. Our body has also changed. Okay, so our body also changed as far as everything we take inside, whether it was solid, then we squish it up to smaller, and then particles. And our stomach acid makes it more liquid, then it changed. It has to come out. So we have it inside, even though we store it, and some of the things we have in our body don't last on us anyway. Your hair can shed, or you cry tears, or your skin peel, or you spit and it come out, or what you, certain things, our body sweat. It's our, we more is more like a type of temporary storage in a way. This is what our body is as a, especially as a ga or a ba. It's a vehicle. So when we talk about our vehicles, we're talking about our fake body, our spirit. Our spirit is energy, but we just took the form of the energy around us. And I feel like it did venture off from the Matrix. So what do you think the Matrix is? The Matrix is a reality that we kind of coincide with quantum physics as far as our mind. What our reality is not really reality, because if you could take it to a different spectrum other than a higher spectrum, a higher a higher frequency or a higher light as far as they move forward. So for ghosts or anything other that move forward than our solid body, our 3D right now, we move so slow. We move slower than the fastest thing. This is why uh, Flash, he have to move fast. He had to go so fast so he can go cut time in half. He moved that quickly. It means he's a fire. But when you see everybody around, he going fast. It's a fire, which means it's faster. It's going fast. But if it's any more faster, then it might be lightning. If it's any more faster, then it might be something to the point it cuts down our slow time. By the time we finally see it in light spectrum years or light years, we've it's not, that's when the time it doesn't exist. So when that time do still, like where it doesn't move, where it does move, where it doesn't, it's more of our fabric. When you can actually, you can also use the refrigerator stir machine, and if you know any science labs, and you can manipulate the time like Mandela's effects and stuff. Even though it's not really real anyway, quantum physics says it, so you shouldn't be as attached to things. But so it just means we're light spectrum. We're in a vibration. We're in a different type of vibration and frequency right now. So for others that might have a lesser density as us, they are able to move faster, which means we are moving slow. We might be moving so slow as time going slow, but then you think about a 2D and a 1D or any other dimension that's slower than our how fast we go as far as our light spectrum can reach. It means we're going faster than them. This is why the CERN place, I don't know if this company, probably this they talk about the portal. They have to do it. I think for them to open that portal, it had to be negative 7,000 or something. And it was smart because if you was, and I also heard you have to freeze time to take, manipulate the CERN. I mean, the time machine and stuff. The refrigerator. Watch Phineas and Ferb, and then you see that, and then you see his code inside. I feel like they be trying to sell us to our face. Well, we told them, they just don't pick it up. So we're gonna pick it up and make this Earth better, because as far as it's a lot of things we're back behind, and then technically we're getting probably more other. I feel like other planets got more shit than us, and I don't like it. It's all right because they earned it and they made sure to master whatever they did, but I feel like they got better stuff than us, honestly. So I don't know. People gotta watch out for them too. They like the Avengers for sure, or the Justice League. Anyway, what else? So for that CERN machine, you have to move it. So you have to stop it from where we at as our current hot temperature, our heat, which means we're faster than somebody else or else light spectrum. So it had to go from us, then all the way back to under below temperature, negative 7,000 or something, or 100. I don't know. I forgot. I just know 7 something. And so so they have to do it to the point, get in the right moment so water don't shrink. Because when you increase things, you make it like a edema, like a big, and enlargements, which is gonna be itis or inflammation. It irritates, so it boils up, or it's like like certain things in your body, and it's just your face good. Whatever you eat, the toxin can fill up, and then that one cartoon slash human, and then I forgot his guy name, but he was like the one that was in that person's skin and then popping out of pimples and stuff. I'm sorry if you're eating this, but eating right now, but they had to get the little toxins from the body, the warmness or whatever it needs to come out to produce or make it bust. Like like the rockets and it's stuff. You know, I was thinking of stuff, but Anyway, like gas form, you had to blow in an air balloon to make it pop, or any type to increase to expand the outside of it. And that's what also bring me to why they say the good people die young, is just because, like some of them, is because their body is storing a high spirit, a light spirit that your body can't hold no more. And generally, when you have a lot of, especially some celebrities, they have they increase and add a lot of light to their light, and then they done so much for the community and for people that they know, or charities that and then generally they stay out of trouble, so they and try to teach the other people what to do in life. So they are the type of people that also exit before their due time, because God said like their energy is so. I believe they got deified to the point they're the king or gods in a way. Because when I say God, I do believe in one God. I believe it could be the God is for the source, which is the source of all creation. I feel like, because I believe in aliens, I believe in ghosts, I believe in supernatural, I believe in some gods and goddesses or deities or pantheons. I believe in them spirits. I believe in fairies. So for all that things to exist in my life and be like it's a open possibility of those existence being out here in my reality, then it means we all came from the same thing. I believe people can be gods and goddesses, but I use that as a term, open term, as far as like the deed of Shun, or Isis, or those type of ones. And I believe that they are the ones I can say that, like that, I'll give them a title. But as far as being the source of my creation, then I know they're not the one, but they're the one that can help me in spirit realms and But as far as my own creator, God, I know it's only one God. And I know it's for the source. This is why when you watch Charm, you hear everybody, oh, I want the power of source. Even the good guys and bad guys and who owns the source. It's one thing. Like, come on, it's the thing. Oh, they would have said two sources then. You only hear one source, so it's the same thing. They just want the power of the universe, but the universe, we under it, and no, ain't no telling what else. The universe is so vast, it's so big, it's so like you got different Milky Way galaxy, and then other galaxy, and more galaxies. How many other galaxies do you think there are? It's a lot of galaxies. So how do we know? And we don't know whether it is as far as the. It could be a lot of open possibilities, and that's what I believe is. I believe I'm getting watched by aliens too, like as a reality show too. But technically, we're all aliens because we are not domestic, domestically live and where they're at. So we're aliens because we're technically not there. So that's what it is too. But so for that CERN machine, the portal to open the portal, because that's what they were trying to do is get a point so cold that it opens the portal, but not too cold enough to make the machine shrink. But they did it that fast, which also means you need frozen things. This is why when some people drown, and if they drown in like cold water, it's easy to resuscitate them better because everything stopped. You know, like Futurama, and or Futurama. I don't know. I was young watching it, where they went to the future because their body was cold. So you have to make sure the molecules in your body, everything in your body is frozen. So which means it is frozen in place where it's not moving, was getting enlarged and getting more expired or faster. It's moving so fast that it's leaving its current 30 realm. So little slowly but surely, but just like they said, we rotate around the sun, but we don't feel the rotation because maybe we're faster than it, or we're slower. We don't. I don't know the times up there if it is, but because then you think about the fairy realms when they say they don't have time. The time doesn't exist. Does heaven have time? Is everything in one order? Is it like planet? Is it like purgatory? Like we don't know, but we might be that. Who knows? So with the CERN machine, you have to freeze it because if you don't freeze, it's like taking an ice bottle or ice cup, a water. You can either choose to leave it in a freezer for 1 week or a month maybe, or less than that, or leave it in the open air where it's room temperature or it might get hotter and hotter. What you think gonna disappear first? The frozen water in your freezer or the gas? Well, the water that's liquid, but it's not gonna be there because it's gonna evaporate soon. So due to environment. So that's how you freeze time and stop time. But for them to open a portal and then they have to go back just to freeze it to open at that precision. Because I know that they do it in space, that the black holes open, which means it's probably cold up there too. Or probably depend on what area. Because they said Pluto is the farthest away from the sun. So the sun is hot. Melanin rub together fast. But Pluto is the smallest, so it's the one further. So it's the coldest, so it means it can get cold. You know, like the Scorpios. Can't really say Mars because they just get hot all the time. Heated. Well, not all the time, but anyway. So the Matrix is more of like, because I remember somebody made it like, if a ghost was to see us, or somebody that's an alien was to see us, they would see us as two shape forms not moving. So we'd be like, let me use these. So we'd be like this. Oh, I fell. Okay, so we'd be like this, thinking we're moving, and then we get to a ghost or somebody in a higher or less denser than us, and then they keep moving. So when we think we're moving, they moving behind us like this, and you might be you might be watching TV right now, but this will be the entities around you because it's going so fast. This is why if you see entities, it'll be fast, blinking, and even how they move so fast. Because we still solid, where the ice like on us is moving so slow, it's probably melting slow by the time it reach here. This is why. Did you watch when Flash and Superman was fighting, and then Flash was trying to go fast, and then Superman ended up seeing him because he's an alien. He's an alien made of hot stone, probably. Well, I don't know why is kryptonite his only kryptonite. Anyway, so the ghost is the other one. I was going fast. So, but we are going our normal speed, but it's we have more solid, solid. So we only going as far as the liquid and the temperature allows us, unless you vibrating high, and that's when some people are closer to death than others. Then they can kind of start seeing. It's kind of like what was that? Or if you're more in tune, if you're more spiritual or you're more psychic, then you'll start being a higher frequency, a higher vibration, a higher life spectrum. But generally, these people like in the hospice or cancer or supernatural, they start to see because now they're focusing and now, oh, I kind of see. Hold up. Or if you're in a trance state. So just imagine this is you, us, and then this is the one that's lower than us. We might be able to see it and say, what is that? Or is it moving? Or it's in certain flat surfaces, the ones that move this way. Almost like a tree or grass. It starts moving slowly because it's not vibrating a higher frequency. The only ones you can kind of see maybe is plants because of the photosynthesis, maybe. But that's because it's absorbing what we absorb to the sun, and then it gets the energy of making it move faster. So, Matrix, I feel like I keep bringing it up and going somewhere else. But with Matrix, well, I'm just thinking Matrix Reloaded. What was that? Anyway, with Matrix, it's more of like in this movie they wanted because I seen somebody back that said Matrix was a documentary. And it's because we all believe the movie or what we get from behind Matrix. Sometimes we live in a reality that's not even real, and then we're in this cycle because of some form of unknown agents, an unknown world where they want us to be feeded or I don't remember if they ever concluded why they was doing that in the first place. I know number 4, it was because this one guy, he was being extra. Like, I don't understand. But, well, 2 of them was being extra, trying to control the world or control the people that was still in a slumber. And then now it made it seem like everybody was in like a code, like a programming. But the thing is, if we're a programming or if it's in the state of programming, which means we're not really here.